Hello, my name is Gabrielle Bonini, and I am part of Group 10. And my other group mates are Emily Halverson and Ramon Suarez. And we are doing a case that took place in June of 2010 that took place in Canton, Ticino, Switzerland. And it was because a set of skeletal remains were found in a wooded area that needed identification, and the information of what had happened to them, the cause of death, how were they placed there, were they murdered somewhere else and placed there, or were they murdered there, what had happened. That is what's relative to the botany. So biology in general revolves around identification of the individual who was a young woman who had met a young man several hours previous, and then it relates to the botany information, which was what had happened to her. Had she been placed there, or was she murdered there? What in general happened? And this was done with samples that were collected of the local flora in the surrounding area, including the litter. And then there were samples taken of where the skeletal remains were found, including the litter and the plants and the flora. And then these samples of surrounding area were identified using dichotomous keys and comparison photographs. And then the same was done for the samples that were collected around the body. She was found to have been there when she died, hadn't hardly been moved. This was also evidenced in damage that was done to the bones by the growth of the flora. And then some splinters were found in a head wound, which was believed to be this individual's cause of death. The local flora was analyzed using dichotomous keys with comparative photographs, and it was confirmed that she hadn't hardly been moved. And then the head wound was discovered as a fracture with several skull fragments, and there were splinters in between the seams of the skull fragments. The splinters were compared to chunks of wood that they had collected from the local flora, and it was identified as Castanea sativa, which is chestnut wood. And it was believed that this wood was the murder weapon that was used to murder this individual. It was believed to be a blunt chestnut object with quote unquote reduced striking force. Could the splinters have been put there by the litter that she was found in? It's possible, not probable, but possible. The location of the splinters and the relativity to the head wound was believed that it was actually caused by a blunt murder weapon of sorts. And then these are our citations. Thank you.